Everyone, I'm thrilled and honored to introduce our keynote speaker for today, former United States Attorney General Loretta Lynch. In addition to being one of the most recognizable and celebrated attorneys in this country, Loretta is a wonderful person who gives back to her community and the legal profession. Loretta is an inspiration to so many and cares deeply about developing the next generation of leaders. She graduated from Harvard Law School and began her career at Cahill Gordon in NYC. She then went to the U.S. Attorney General's office for the Eastern District of New York City, Brooklyn, becoming the U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District. And then in 2015, Loretta became the first African-American woman to serve as Attorney General of the United States. She also served as counsel to the prosecutor on the United Nations International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda from 2002 to 2007, sorry. Now as a partner at Paul Weiss in its litigation department, Ms. Lynch advises clients on government and internal investigations and on high-stakes litigation and regulatory matters. We are very excited to have Loretta here with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Good morning. Hey. Wonderful to see you. All of the wonderful people who've come together for this great conference, all of you creative change makers. Good morning again. That was a little quiet. Perfect. I am so happy to be here today. And frankly, I'm just so glad that we're all here together today. We've been coming together for a few months now, and it has been so wonderful to reconnect. But of course, we all still are being careful, particularly when it comes to our seniors. We have to be careful with them. And so the connections that we are choosing to make are what's really important to us. And I am so glad that you all are choosing to make the connection through GlamourGals. It's a connection that I know you are giving to others. You are going to find that the biggest gift is really to yourself. And on behalf of Paul Weiss, we're so happy that you're back and on our floor today. We've been so honored to host you over the years, and we've missed you. We've really missed you. So welcome back, everyone. Now, the last few years have really shown us all the importance of human contact, mostly because of how much we have missed it. And in particular, when it has come to our seniors, we've missed, for many of them, the last moments, the declining moments, the ability to sort of be with someone and learn about their history and their life from a different point of view from our own. And that has been really hard on us and on them. But we are now back, and you are now back. So I just want to spend a few minutes with you. I'm not going to take too long because you've got a wonderful conference lined up for today. But I want to talk about how GlamourGals, whether you may see it or not, really is the change that we need in this world today. Now, we had an election a week or so ago. You may remember hearing a little bit about that. But the main thing that we kept hearing about with this election, if you recall, was how divided we were. Remember that? How different we were, and how being so different made us so angry with each other. It drove us apart. All we could talk about was red versus blue, was this cause versus the other. We couldn't find anything in common. And all we talked about were those differences. But it's nothing new, of course. This rhetoric about being different, this rhetoric about being separated, has really been used for generations to divide us. It's been used to keep us apart. It's been used to make us dislike or even hate somebody who looks different from us, or who lives in a different zip code from us, or who comes from a different part of the world from us, or has a different way of speaking or thinking from us. Those differences have been used against us for far too long. Now, it's true, we are all different, but it's what we choose to do with those differences that tells us who we are. And what I have always loved about GlamourGals is how you all have celebrated every difference there is, and how you find the beauty in our differences, because that's really what makes us strong. It's really what brings us the variety of background, of thinking, of experiences. It teaches us how to talk to people who are different from ourselves. And I know Rachel has talked about the beginning of GlamourGals some 20 years ago and her goal of just connecting with seniors. But Rachel, what you really did 20 years ago was you bridged a difference. You found one of the biggest differences in our society, the difference between generations. Sometimes we're divided by generations. Are you a millennial? Are you Gen X or Z or Y? Are you even, gasp, a baby boomer? Yes, we're still here. We're still here. And all we talk about is how different those generations are. And most important, we talk about how they can't talk to each other. But this group proves that wrong. Every single day, in every way, in person, with your My Dear Friend cards, with your very goal of making the connection, you prove the naysayers wrong. And you show the beauty of difference. You show that you can learn from each other. You show that we can connect across the generational divide, across the divide of maybe coming from a different country or a different part of this country, or maybe even initially speaking a different language, because you find that common ground of beauty. That's really a common ground of joy. It's really a common ground of self-care. And when we can care for ourselves, we can care for others. And if we can care for others, we can bring others together with us, and we can overcome all the talk about how our differences keep us apart and focus on how our differences make us stronger. That's what you all do. I know it sounds so different from just going into a senior center and working with someone for the day, but it really is that small choice that you've all made, that Rachel made 20 years ago, that you all are making now, to celebrate the differences, to learn from the differences, to share your differences, that's going to save us all. There's a saying out there, be the change that you want to see in the world. And it's really true. And it sounds like a lot of pressure. I know it does, especially when we all tell people in your generation, young people, you are the change we've been waiting for. That was one of President Obama's favorite sayings, actually. And it makes it sound as if you've got to single-handedly lift all these problems on your own. But you don't. Look around this room. Everyone here is with you. Look around at the people who are watching virtually. They are all connected to you as well. Look at the GlamourGals alumni and leaders and chaperones. They are all part of the team. All of us different, all of us coming together in one beautiful, glorious cause. Yes, we are the change that's needed. And it starts right here, right now, with all of you. It's not pressure, it's an opportunity. And you are the ones who are going to lead us with this opportunity. And all I can do, frankly, is thank you. I want to thank you so much for stepping out of yourselves and deciding that you want to spend part of your time helping someone else. I want to thank you for coming together and making a group effort out of this and leveraging the power of every single one of you into a force that is going to change this world. I'm so excited to see you. I'm so excited to hear about your conference. I cannot wait to see what you all are all going to accomplish. So thank you so much for letting me spend a few minutes with you this morning. But most of all, thank you for looking at our differences and seeing the beauty within. Have a wonderful conference.